So, went to the capital of Texas today, which is in Austin, Texas. That's Yeah, it's just a huge capital, and of course you can see there's scaffolding all over it. Um, right when we showed up, we saw the scaffolding, and I knew that that's what they do. They're always trying to cover up, the thing. That piece right there that's on the side, they've taken it down for whatever reason. I'm not sure what they're doing with it, but I'm pretty sure it goes on top of the corner. On one of these corners over here, they got the cranes out. You know, you know how they do. They get up these buildings and they want to tinker with them, even though they're just, monuments of perfection that are utilized for our corrupt government to use. And my editing is horrible, and I apologize for that. But yeah, just the pink granite that it's made with. There's so much of it; it's everywhere. And you got the lady on top, like a lot of other places. You can't. They didn't let us go up there, to the dome part. But I got some good footage of the inside. And I walked this whole thing with these new boots I had on, and man, my feet are killing me today. But that's here nor there. Yeah, just it was. I've never been to a Capitol before, and this is my first time. And it's hard to get any good footage because there's so many people in the way. There's just people everywhere, and of course they had all the people with AR-15 standing around. Just they're everywhere. There's people everywhere. And of course today was Memorial Day, so I think that has a lot to do with it. Look at that huge archway in the front. If it's for Giants, then I see they had needed big doors. But then what? Did they? So I don't even want to go there right now. There's just too much to talk about, and I can't think of anything to say in this. But what they were doing is they had the copper shined up on the roof, and it's sparkling gold. You can see it right there, And then they have this water fountain outside, and the sign says that this is a replica that was made in the 90s, but there's a picture of it, and it looks like the exact same one. They said once drinking water standards started coming around, they had to take the original out, but then they replicated it and put this one in, but it looks very similar to the one in the picture. So maybe they did just take it off of there and then eventually bring it back, but I don't think they replicated anything. I think they took it off, studied it, and put it back. As you can see, there's the picture, and that's pretty much what it says on this placard. And in my opinion, they they were trying to see what the water had to do with the lights on top of it and how the running water kept them lights on. And I think they removed it, studied it, and then put it back. But yeah, there's some more pictures of the outside, and it's disappointing that all the scaffolding is there, because you can't really get the picture of what's really standing there, just how perfect this building is, with out all this scaffolding just is wrapped around it, making it just gaudy. I mean, it's just ugly. This is the back of it. Yeah, and then this is parts of it. So a lot of this is underground, and I walked all through the underground, and those are exit points right there, and entrance points. They're saying this is a picture of this. I don't know. They have these two pieces of a gate in the front, and they're saying that they don't really say what happened to the rest of it. I don't know. It's a convoluted story that I'm not buying, but there's not much of their story that I do buy, so that's suffice it to say. But anyways, yeah, my two sons were with us, and they're just always trying to talk, man. And our other son, he's just everywhere I step, he's right there. Here's some pictures from the inside looking out the windows, and of course all the scaffolding's in the way, so you can't really see much. There's a little spire thing that was sticking up, and I thought that was cool. Like I said, my editing's bad. I love the floor work in this place, just the mosaics of the floors. And what I noticed was a lot of, okay, you got the club symbol, which is, you got clovers, clubs, you got diamonds, hearts, and then spades. And they were everywhere. Diamonds, hearts, clubs, and spades, all in the floor work. Beautiful woodwork all around, just arches everywhere, lotus flowers like always. And I was taken back by the floors and then the detail in the ceiling work, you know. I mean, look at that. Kind of looks like that water thing from the outside. Um, yeah, man, there's just no way that they were building this back in the 1800s. It just, the story's been, proven so many times already in this community about how they couldn't do what they're telling us they did. And this is just more of that. Just more of that. I went to go see this myself, and I know for a fact that they didn't build this in the 1980s. You can't build this today. You can't do it. There's a spiral that goes up to the dome, and of course they had all that blocked off. You couldn't even get up that high past that floor where you see people. That's just as far as up as they let you go. And then they got their little narratives on these little things right here. And, I looked through them. Oh, that's supposed to be the wife of the one guy that had the building built. Looks like a man to me. I was taken aback by all these arches, man. And when I was underground walking around, they had vaulted ceilings underground. Look at that. And then look at how big this granite. I don't know where they got this supply of granite from, but they have a ton of it. There's a water fountain. And I was just kind of weirded out by all these holes and weird things in all the walls. Just looking at all the random things that most people miss, and admiring it all. And how can they make the things? I mean, it's just too much to take in sometimes. The symbolism too. I'm trying to look and see, why is there these weird symbols everywhere? And this is when I opened a door and went down into the underground part. I think there's 4 levels underground. They'll only let you go to 2 of them, but I ended up on 3 of them. One of them I didn't even film because my phone's storage was way too full. And yeah, that's the first level underground, looking out the window to the ground floor. And then this is the second underground level with the vaulted ceilings. And then it goes about a quarter mile out, and then you pop out into this another dome that's facing down. And so when you look up, you're looking out, of the dome from the rounded piece that you're standing on, which is collecting rainwater, is what it looks like. And just columns everywhere, and it's hard for me to fathom how that all that weight sitting on top of this hollowed out underground structure. It's just wild how amazing it all is. Grand staircases everywhere. I walked up probably 6 grand staircases, maybe 2 less, maybe 2 more. I don't know. They're everywhere. This place is too massive to comprehend from the inside. I had forgot the map I had of it. Like, I had the blueprints. You can print them out before you go, and I left them in the car. And when we took off into that place, I was just lost. I lost the wife and her dad. This is the dome that's facing down and, in the ground on the other side. So we're 2 levels underground right here. That's one level, and then the other one's a level that we're standing on. And then it's curved down where I'm standing, because that's the peak of the dome pointing down. It's like as above, so below. It's pretty wild. It's pretty amazing. And they have guys with M4s all in there, just standing there. They don't tell you can or can't go anywhere. They just stand there, because I ended up just grabbing a door handle right next to one, and I was kind of looking at him in his face. He wasn't saying nothing to me. And I opened the door and waited for him to tell me something, and he didn't say anything. And I was like, all right. I was like, have a good one. And I walked by. This is a front entrance. Just beautiful column work. And the tiles, just everything, man. Everything about this place is breathtaking to me. Um, you don't see many capitals like the one in Texas. Just the color of it with the pink granite, it sets it aside from all of them, all the rest, because all the rest have that real immaculate white, and this is the front entrance, which is, I have a feeling they left, a lot of this alone more than other parts, because of the detail in the ceiling is why I say that. It's like they left the original detailing alone. They haven't tried to cover it up on the columns as well. I feel like they've covered up the other columns, the ribs they have on them, because they're just smooth. And I think they were all the same. They all had that ribbed kind of thing going on. Yeah. And then there's a view of the inside. And look at the just detail everywhere and everything. And it's pretty breathtaking. And the sound in there from all the people, you can tell there's, highly acoustic properties to all of this. As you can imagine, you take a mall's worth of people and pack them into this place right here with this dome and kids screaming. It was loud, real loud. But I had a very high energy feeling. I don't know if that's because I've been anticipating going to this place or because there was a lot going on with all the people, and then my wife looking for me, and she had her handicapped dad in a wheelchair, and I just kind of burned off on them because they were being way too slow for me. And I had one of my sons with me, and he's like under my feet trying to stick to me, telling me about any kind of random nonsense he could talk about. But yeah, just an amazing structure and an amazing experience. And I'm gonna go back again and get some better footage. When I gotta get a better, videoing setup altogether. But I'm gonna go back on a day where I don't think this many people will be there. That way I can take my time and kind of not have people in my way to film. Eventually I'm gonna go. I think the next capital I'll do is Louisiana, which I did get to go to, but I lost all that footage I took, so I'm just gonna go back. And there's another grand staircase. You see how just massive this place is. Look at all the floor, just the mosaic work on the floors are just awesome. So the ceilings and the floors are the takeaway for me from this place. And the woodwork, man, that too. And it's like for every set of stairs you go up, there's another one, and they're calling that one floor, one story. So the floors, like buildings we build today, it would take 2 stories to make one in this Capitol building. So there's 7 stories total, so I'm saying there's 14. In my mind, they've just halved it. And there's 14 that are above ground. I don't know. Maybe, there's less than that, but it equals about 2 to 1. That's how tall the ceilings are. And when you're walking up the stairs, you're going to take one flight up, turn, go up another flight, and they're calling that one story when I'm calling it 2, because the amount of steps you go up to turn that would have been a floor in a regular building. But yeah, like I said, there was a lot of hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades, and all the floor work, the mosaic work on the outside is where I saw a lot of it too. As you can see, just still detailing and everything, just like we all know is there and know to expect from these places. There's one of your suits, hearts, and then just more of the intricate detail. I'll shut my face up and let this video play out, man. Hope to bring out some better stuff later. Much love, peace.